There are four ways to interpret the Bible. The first is the literal. Now, the literal is not what the words say. The literal is the reality signified by the words. Sometimes it's obvious. When the Bible mentions the Jerusalem temple, it means that literal building in Jerusalem at that time. Other times, not so obvious. When God says, "Let there be light," what does that mean? See, and here is where both atheists and the less educated Christians or Jews have a misunderstanding. Because according to St. Augustine, the word light here represents the angels. So the reality signified by the word light is the angels. And this is important because when someone thinks by the literal meaning that when God said, "Let there be light," that we talk about physical light, and that's literal, no. That's not how the Bible is interpreted. The Bible is also interpreted in allegories. For example, when the Bible says God gets angry, and in another place it says, "God is not man that he should get angry," well, you could choose to be an atheist and purposely find an inconsistency there, or you could try to see how those two could be true. And when it says God gets angry, what it means is that God is taking the actions that we would expect from an angry person. It does not mean that God actually gets angry. Another way of interpreting the Bible is the moral sense. That means, what does this mean for me? What does the truth of the Bible mean for my life? What should I do? That's the moral imperative. And it's not as personal as it sounds, because the moral conclusion should be the same, for the most part, for everybody. Fourthly, the interpretation has to do with the end of things. For example, the Jerusalem temple signifies further Christ's body, the Messiah's body. And that signifies, for example, if you believe in the resurrection, you're a Christian, that symbolizes what's going to happen to us, our resurrection. So we interpret that in a certain way as the end state of things. And this is important, because if there's an afterlife and we live forever, then the life spent on earth is very small. And the information that we know about our life now is nothing compared to the information that's going to matter for our entire existence, if this is only a fraction of it. So those are the four ways, and you could read about that in the Summa Theologica by St. Thomas.